There's a spot in America where two islands sit less than 3 miles apart. But standing on one, you're looking almost a full day into the future on the other. There's a park in New York bigger than 4 of the country's most famous national parks combined. And there's a legal loophole hiding inside one of America's most beloved national parks that some legal scholars believe could make certain crimes they're almost impossible to prosecute. In the next 15 minutes, you're going to see 25 facts about the United States that sound completely made up, but every one of them is real. Let's begin. America is one of the largest, most geographically diverse countries on Earth. Deserts, glaciers, rainforests, and volcanoes all inside the same set of borders. But buried inside that geography are facts strange enough to make even lifelong residents stop and stare at a map. This is 25 of them. Fact number 1. Let's start with scale, because America's size breaks intuition in ways most people never learn in school. Fact 1. Alaska is so massive that if you sliced it directly in half, both halves would still be bigger than Texas. It's more than 2.5 times the size of America's second largest state, and most maps shrink it down so badly you'd never know. Fact 2. Alaska also has more coastline than every other U.S. state combined, over 6,600 miles of it, carved by fjords, glaciers, and thousands of islands most Americans will never see in their lifetime. Fact 3. Michigan is the only state in the country that touches 4 of the 5 Great Lakes: Superior, Michigan, Huron, and Erie, giving it the longest Great Lakes shoreline of any U.S. state, at more than 3,200 miles. Fact 4. Missouri and Tennessee share a strange distinction. Each one borders 8 other states, more than any other state in the country. Stand in the right spot, and you're closer to multiple state lines than most Americans are to their own state capital. Fact 5. New York's Adirondack Park is larger than Yellowstone, the Everglades, Glacier, and Grand Canyon National Parks combined. Yet most Americans outside the Northeast have never even heard of it. Now let's go to the extremes, the hottest, deepest, flattest, and strangest corners of the map. Fact 6. At Utqiagvik, the Alaska community near Point Barrow, the northernmost tip of the state, the sun doesn't set for roughly 84 straight days every summer. Then, for weeks in the dead of winter, it doesn't rise at all. Fact 7. Crater Lake in Oregon is the deepest lake in the entire United States, plunging nearly 1,950 feet down inside the collapsed remains of an ancient volcano, and its water is so pure and undisturbed that it's famous for an almost unnatural, electric blue color. Fact 8. Death Valley, California holds the record for the hottest air temperature ever reliably recorded on planet Earth, 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Ground surface temperatures there have been measured at over 200 degrees, hot enough to blister skin in seconds. Fact 9. Florida is the flattest state in America. Its highest natural point, Britton Hill, rises just 345 feet above sea level, lower than the tallest buildings in most major U.S. cities. Fact 10. Denver, Colorado earned its nickname the Mile High City for a very literal reason, and getting that reason exactly right has taken over a century. One step on the state capitol building has been remeasured and remarked 3 separate times since 1909, each time using better technology to pinpoint the precise spot that sits exactly 5,280 feet, 1 mile, above sea level. America's borders hide some of its strangest secrets, including one that might just be a genuine legal loophole. Fact 11. In the American Southwest sits the Four Corners Monument, the only place in the entire United States where 4 states, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah, all meet at a single point. Fact 12. Texas and Hawaii were both once internationally recognized independent nations before joining the United States. Texas as the Republic of Texas, Hawaii as the Sovereign Kingdom of Hawaii. And Vermont has its own version of the story. For 14 years, it governed itself as a self-declared republic, never formally recognized by any foreign nation, before finally becoming the 14th state. Fact 13. Off the coast of Alaska, Big Diomede Island and Little Diomede Island sit less than 3 miles apart, one belonging to Russia, the other to the United States. But because the international date line runs directly between them, standing on the American island means looking 20 to 21 hours into the future at the island next door, depending on the time of year. Fact 14. Until the year 2020, Rhode Island, the smallest state in the country by area, carried one of the longest official names of any state, State of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. That year, voters chose to officially shorten it. Fact 15. Hidden inside Yellowstone National Park is a strange legal quirk that law professors have written entire papers about. A small strip of the park's Idaho territory falls under a federal court district that, due to how jury selection rules are written, may make certain crimes committed there almost impossible to prosecute. It's never actually been tested in court, but on paper, some legal scholars call it Yellowstone's accidental loophole. Beneath America's landscapes, nature has been quietly building things almost too strange to believe. Fact 16. Underneath Yellowstone National Park sits one of the largest active volcanic systems on Earth. A supervolcano so massive that scientists closely monitor it for any sign of major activity, even though a full-scale eruption remains extremely unlikely in any of our lifetimes. Fact 17. Utah's Great Salt Lake is often nicknamed America's Dead Sea. It has no outlet to the ocean, so water only ever leaves through evaporation, leaving behind salt concentrations that, in parts of the lake, run several times saltier than the ocean. Fact 18. Lake Superior holds so much water that, according to hydrologists, it could nearly cover both North and South America in a foot of water if it were somehow spread evenly across both continents. Fact 19. The Grand Canyon wasn't carved overnight. The commonly accepted estimate is that the Colorado River has been cutting through solid rock for roughly 5 to 6 million years, though geologists are still piecing together the canyon's full, more complicated history, exposing nearly 2 billion years of Earth's geological history in its layered walls. Fact 20. California's San Andreas Fault is slowly, silently reshaping the entire West Coast. Los Angeles is inching toward San Francisco at roughly the same rate your fingernails grow, meaning in tens of millions of years, the two cities could eventually sit side by side. Fact 21. Near the small town of Lebanon, Kansas sits the officially recognized geographic center of the lower 48 states. A quiet, unassuming spot marking the balancing point of an entire nation. Fact 22. For decades, the small town of Rugby, North Dakota proudly marked itself as the geographic center of the entire North American continent, though the exact calculation has been disputed and recalculated more than once over the years. Fact 23. Beneath the rolling hills of Kentucky lies Mammoth Cave, the longest known cave system on the entire planet, with more than 400 miles of mapped passageways, and researchers still discovering more. Fact 24. The Appalachian Trail stretches roughly 2,190 miles through 14 different states, making it one of the longest hiking-only footpaths anywhere in the world. A single, unbroken path from Georgia to Maine. Fact 25. And the border between the United States and Canada isn't just long. At roughly 5,525 miles, it's the longest international border between any two countries anywhere on Earth. A line drawn mostly by surveyors, running quietly through forests, lakes, and mountains most people will never see in person. 25 facts, one country, and somehow it still feels like we've barely scratched the surface. A lake big enough to drown 2 continents. A loophole that's never been tested. An island where tomorrow is already happening next door. The United States isn't just big. It's strange, in ways most of us never learn growing up inside it. If one of these facts genuinely surprised you, let us know which one in the comments. And if you want more facts this strange, this real, and this close to home, make sure you're subscribed, because America still has plenty left to show you.